Yeah, I feel like after the 2.5 hour mark, I kind of just tune out. I feel like some movies don't even be that long, you know?
Yeah, three. It to me, it always just depends. If they're able to keep interest going and not be slow paced, I think 3 hour movies I can definitely sit through. Like for example, Wolf of Wall Street. That's 3 hours, but it
No.
constantly had something going on.
I feel
John,
like it's just a fever dream of a movie. You really can't escape it at
mm-hmm,
any second, you know?
yeah, John Wick 4. That's 3 hours, but that
Mm.
it had something constantly going on, and
Well,
it
Canary
knew.
doesn't even talk that long either.
Well, and even Keanu said that there were like weeks when all he was doing was fighting, like no talking. And I was
Which is
like,
fine.
all
I
this,
mean, that's the whole point.
yeah. But yeah, like I think 3 hour movies. It just depends on if they can keep audiences interested and if they can keep the pace going. Because yeah,
Yeah.
because there's
I feel like the one in between would be Oppenheimer. I think
yeah,
that's a movie that got you towards the end, but lost you in the first half.
yeah, it because it was a lot of talking. It was a lot of talking,
It's okay. I
and
missed the first half. I think I missed just sex. I think that's all I did. I missed the sex part.
yeah, that then overseas they then CG'd a dress. It was like, really,
Oh,
really.
they put a black dress over a naked woman.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously?
it's like okay, whatever. Um, but yeah, that movie because it was all like information, information, information. To then eventually, when you get to that point, it's like, all right, this pays off. Um, but then again, at the same time,
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan is known for doing long movies. Like I remember the first time I saw it in
Oh,
Interstellar, I was like, this is just long. And yeah,
that is a classic you're talking about.
well, at the first time I saw it,
Okay, fair enough.
yeah, the first time I saw it, I was like, this is really good, but this is really long. It wasn't like with first time I saw Tenet, where it's like, okay, this is 2.5 hours, but this is really confusing.
I mean, Tenet just in itself was weird.
Yeah, it
It's
felt
supposed to be
like
a difficult movie to follow, anyways. It was intended to be that way, anyways.
yeah. Well, and then it definitely felt like he Nolan was trying to do like a Bond movie, which makes sense because one of the Bond movies is actually considered as one of his favorite movies.
Oh,
I
really?
I forget which one it is. I think it's on Her Majesty's Secret Service. I think. I think it's that one. But yeah, you could definitely tell like, oh, he was definitely trying to do a Bond movie, and it would be kind of cool to see him do one. But yeah, it was like, all right, you're throwing this whole thing with time, which doing like time travel is really risky because there's tons of moments where you can go like, oh, why didn't you just do this? Why didn't you do this way? You know,
I don't know. I've been seeing that people are trying to compare it to Inception, and apparently it
no,
missed its mark. It's not like Inception at all.
no, that
No.
that's the problem I have with a lot of people is that they're trying to compare it to other movies, and it's like, well, unless it like does something like really similar or like exactly what that other movie did, then okay. But if you're going to compare the same director's work, it's like don't that doesn't work there.
No, it
It's
really
it's
doesn't.
like it's like trying to it's trying to say like, well, nope, it's not as good as Get Out. It's like, well, one, they're both Jordan Peele, and two,
Mhm.
they're two very different movies.
Extremely different movies. They're not even on the.
Mm-hmm. So it's like you really can't do that because it at the end of the day, it's gonna make no sense. It's like, wait, what?
No.
What were we just talking about?
I feel like they could have done it better. I know the premise of Tenet is supposed to be that you can only time travel to a time and place if it's already been altered. Like you've
Mm-hmm.
already time traveled in that place, which in itself makes sense if you
Yeah,
read it,
yeah,
but the explanation in the movie doesn't, they don't really explain it that way, you know?
yeah. Well, and then another thing I didn't like about that one was the sound mix. view.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Where I was watching it at home, and there were so many times where I had to turn it down because of the effects because they were so loud, and then I had to turn it back up because the dialogue was so low. So I had to keep constantly like um, fiddling with the volume.
It's just sad.
Yeah, and then
Dang.
I heard like in the theater it was pretty much the same, except
Wow.
they didn't have a remote to change the volume.
No, you just have nothing. You just have really big speakers.
Yeah,
Became a concert halfway through, you know?
yeah.
If you enjoyed this clip, be sure to listen to the full episode on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe for more from the cinematic duo.